Hi my dear friends, this is third video. It deals grammar part of your Unit 1 A reading. The grammar part is defining and non-defining relative clauses. Before you are going to learn defining or non-defining relative clauses, you must have to learn from phrase. See, this is the phrase. Yeah, phrase is nothing but a group of words that does not have a verb is called a phrase. Okay, yeah. Then see here a gold ring. Gold ring. See, this is group of 3 words and it does not have a verb. That's why it is called a phrase. Like that, a beautiful picture. That is also a phrase. Dear students, if you feel a little bit inconvenience to understand this topic, just you pause the video, rewind it, then again you watch it. Still you cannot understand, you please call me this number. My name is Ravi Pratap, my number is this, then you call me 24 hours, I am available for you. You have understood about phrase. A group of letters which does not have a verb is called a phrase. Okay. Yeah, now you are going to learn clause. See here, clause means a group of words that does have a verb. This is important. It does have a verb, gives complete meaning or incomplete meaning is called a clause. See, group of words that does have a verb, gives complete meaning or incomplete meaning. Such part of the sentence or full sentence is called a clause. For example, see, if you study well, you will pass. This is the sentence. మీరు మంచిగా చదివితే మీరు పాస్ అవుతారు. See here, 2 verbs are there. Study, V1, will pass. This is. That's why this is the one part and this is another part. So this is one clause and this is one clause. I have a watch. I have a watch. See here, this is verb. That's why it is a clause. So, verb ఉన్న పదముల సముదాయం అసంపూర్త అర్థాన్ని ఇవ్వచ్చు, పూర్తి అర్థాన్ని ఇవ్వచ్చు. అటువంటి పదముల సముదాయంను మనము క్లాజ్ అని చెప్పేసి అంటాం. వెర్బ్ లేని పదముల సముదాయం ఫ్రేజ్ అయితే, వెర్బ్ ఉన్న పదముల సముదాయం క్లాజ్. దట్స్ ఎనఫ్. Clauses are again divided into 2. That is, one is main clause and another is subordinate clause. For example, I am a boy. Okay. Am is verb. It is a group of words. That's why it is a clause. It is a clause. Is it main clause or subordinate clause? It gives a complete meaning, that is main clause. It does not give a complete meaning, that is subordinate clause. It gives complete meaning, that's why this is called main clause. This is only the difference. Say another sentence. Though he studied well, he failed. Okay. Say here, this is one verb and this is one verb. So, 2 clauses are there. In these 2 clauses, one clause gives a complete meaning, another clause gives incomplete meaning. See here, though he studied well. చదివినప్పటికీ, that's all. So, that's why this is incomplete meaning clause, that's why this is called subordinate clause and this is called main clause. So my dear students, what we have learned so far under grammar part, phrase, group of words that does not have a verb. Clause, group of words gives some meaning or complete meaning, it does have a verb. Clauses are divided into 2, main clause and subordinate clause. A clause gives a complete meaning, that is called main clause. A clause does not give complete meaning, the clause is called subordinate clause. See the tree diagram. See, this is clause. Clauses are divided into 2, main clause and subordinate clause. Main clause, subordinate clause. The difference is only giving complete meaning. See, main clause gives complete meaning. Complete meaning. Subordinate clause gives incomplete meaning. This is only the difference between that. See, if you study well incomplete meaning. You will pass, complete meaning. If you study well, you will pass. Okay, like that. I have a beautiful picture. It is complete sentence. That's why it is main clause. So this is, okay, over. Subordinate clauses again divided into mainly 5. See, this is noun clause, adjective clause, adverbial clause, and conditional clause, relative clause. Now we entered the topic. For that, I have explained from phrase. If you have no subject, if you have no foundation, you cannot understand. It is nothing but peripheral knowledge. Peripheral knowledge is always dangerous. That's why we entered the topic now. See, phrase, clause, kinds of clauses, kinds of subordinate clause. This is one of the 5 kinds of subordinate clauses. Now we are going to learn relative clauses. That is the topic in your grammar part of first unit A reading. Now we are going to learn what is a relative clause. Relative clause is nothing but giving some information about a noun in the sentence. ఒక నౌన్ గురించి ఎక్స్ట్రా ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇచ్చిందంటే దానిని మనం రిలేటివ్ క్లాజ్ అంటాం. See the 2 sentences. First sentence, Raju who lives at Rudrampur is my friend. See here, Raju is my friend. In the sentence, who lives at Rudrampur gives a little bit information about Raju. That's why this is a relative clause. Okay, another sentence. Dogs that like cats are very unusual. So here, talking about the sentence talking about dogs, noun. See, that like cats, పిల్లుల్ని ఇష్టపడే కుక్కలు చాలా అరుదు, చాలా అసాధారణం. సో డాగ్స్కు కొంత ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అందిస్తూ ఉందన్నమాట, దట్ లైక్ క్యాట్స్. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో రిలేటివ్ క్లాజ్. Relative clause is nothing but a clause that gives information about a noun of a sentence is called relative clause. Be careful about that. Relative clauses start with relative pronouns. See here, who, which, whose, when, what, where, or that. Relative clauses are again divided into 2. Those are defining relative clauses. Defining relative clauses. Defining, definition, నిర్వచించుట. Non-defining relative clauses. So, relative clauses again divided into 2. That is, defining relative clauses and non-defining relative clauses. Dear students, be careful about that. Okay, then what is the difference between defining relative clauses and non-defining relative clauses? See here, in defining relative clauses, it gives essential information. Essential. Non-defining relative clauses give extra information. This is essential information. This is extra information. Non-defining relative clause precedes and follows by comma or hyphen. This is very important. సింపుల్గా మనము నాన్ డిఫైనింగ్ రిలేటివ్ క్లాసెస్ని ఈజీగా మనం గుర్తుపట్టుకోవచ్చు. ఎలాగంటే నాన్ డిఫైనింగ్ రిలేటివ్ క్లాసెస్కు ముందు చివరన కామాలు ఉంటాయి, హైఫన్ కూడా ఉంటుంది. ఈ 2 రకాలు మనకు కనబడ్డాయంటే దట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ నాన్ డిఫైనింగ్ రిలేటివ్ క్లాసెస్. నాన్ డిఫైనింగ్ రిలేటివ్ క్లాసెస్ గివ్ ఎక్స్ట్రా ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. డిఫైనింగ్ రిలేటివ్ క్లాసెస్ గివ్ ఎసెన్షియల్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. వీటన్నిటిలో అత్యంత ముఖ్యమైనది ఏంటంటే డిఫైనింగ్ రిలేటివ్ క్లాసెస్. Because if we remove the defining relative clauses, we cannot get the meaning of the sentence. If we remove non-defining relative clauses, we can get the meaning of the sentence. This is the difference between that and this. So my dear students, you have a little bit idea about defining relative clauses and non-defining relative clauses. Dear students, just observe the sentences on defining and non-defining relative clauses. See here, first sentence. Children who hate chocolate are uncommon. దీని అర్థం ఏంటి? పిల్లలు ఎవరైతే చాక్లెట్ను అసహించుకుంటారో వారు చాలా అసాధారణం. అంటే పిల్లలంటే చాక్లెట్స్ తింటూనే ఉంటారు కదా. సో సీ హియర్, చిల్డ్రన్ ఈజ్ నౌన్. సీ హియర్, హూ హేట్ చాక్లెట్. దిస్ ఈస్, సీ this is the class. It started with the who. It gives essential information about children or common. So this is defining relative class. Why? See here, if we remove, children are uncommon, no meaning. That's why such type of important relative clauses are called defining relative clauses. Okay, then we can go for second one. They live in a house whose roof is full of holes. So here, this one. See, they live in a house. వాళ్ళు ఒక ఇంట్లో ఉంటున్నారు. ఆ ఇంటికి ఎక్స్ట్రా ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇస్తా ఉంది. హూస్ రూఫ్ ఈజ్ ఫుల్ ఆఫ్ హోల్స్. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో డిఫైనింగ్ relative clause. This is also defining relative clause. Another sentence we can go for that. Canada, which is located north of USA, has a long winter. See here, Canada. In short, చూడంగానే మనం ఈజీ గుర్తుపట్టచ్చు, ఎందుకంటే ఒక గుర్తు చెప్పాను మీకు. సో డిఫైనింగ్ రిలేటివ్ క్లాస్ కామాలు ఉండవు. నాన్ డిఫైనింగ్ రిలేటివ్ క్లాస్ కి మాత్రం పక్కా కామా ఉంటుంది. ఇదిగోండి. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ది హియర్ వన్ కామా, here one comma. Otherwise, here one hyphen, here one hyphen. Such type of clauses are called non-defining relative clauses. See here, Canada, see, if we remove it, we can get the meaning. Canada has a long winter. It is common thing. We have got meaning. So this is extra information about the noun. So a clause that gives extra information is called non-defining relative clause. A clause that gives essential information, such clauses are called defining relative clauses. This is the difference. Okay, ఇక గుడ్డు గుర్తు ఏంటంటే రెండు కామాలు ఉన్నాయి లేకుంటే హైఫన్స్ ఉన్నాయి, అటువంటివి ఏమవుతుందంటే non-defining relative clauses. Okay, yeah, see here another sentence. An elephant is an animal that lives in hot countries. An elephant is an animal that lives in a hot countries. So this is non-defining relative clause, this one. So this is defining relative clause. Yeah. Then another sentence. My mummy, who has been baking for years, this is okay, made as cupcakes. ఇది లేకుండా కానీ మీనింగ్ వస్తుంది. మై మమ్మీ మేడ్ అస్ కప్ కేక్స్. వాళ్ళ అమ్మ కప్ కేక్స్ తయారు చేసిందంట. ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే ఈ మమ్మీ గురించి ఎక్స్ట్రా ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇస్తున్నారు. హూ హ్యాస్ బీన్ బేకింగ్ ఫర్ ఇయర్స్, సంవత్సరాలుగా ఆమె బేకింగ్ చేస్తా ఉందంట. దిస్ ఈస్ ఎక్స్ట్రా ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. ఇది థియరీ ప్రకారం. షార్ట్ కట్ మనం గుడ్డిగా మనం ఏం చెప్పగలమంటే 2 కామాస్ ఉండి ఇక్కడ ఒక క్లాస్ హూతో కానీ ఈ WH వర్డ్స్ తో వచ్చిందంటే దట్ ఈస్ నాన్ డిఫైనింగ్ రిలేటివ్ క్లాస్. సో డియర్ స్టూడెంట్స్, వాట్ వీ హ్యావ్ లెర్న్డ్ ఇన్ ది క్లాస్ ఈజ్ ఫస్ట్ వీ హ్యావ్ లెర్న్డ్ ఫ్రేజ్. ఓకే, సెకండ్ వన్ క్లాస్, థర్డ్ వన్ మెయిన్ క్లాస్ అండ్ సబార్డినేట్ క్లాస్. దిస్ ఈస్ మెయిన్ క్లాస్ అండ్ సబార్డినేట్ క్లాస్. Again, in subordinate class, we have learned 5. Okay, of those 5, we have learned this is relative clauses. Okay, dear students, see here, open the page number 11 of your textbook. Okay, on page number 11, you can attend 2 exercises. One exercise is read the text again and identify some more defining and non-defining relative clauses. Shortcut method is relative clauses start with WH words. Point number 1. Non-defining relative clause precedes comma, follows comma. Otherwise precedes hyphen, follows hyphen. This is important thing you have to remember. So next you can go for second exercise. Second exercise means there are fill in the blanks are there. Just complete the sentences with the defining and non-defining relative clauses. That's all. So dear students, you should learn well, particularly grammar. Then you can attend exercises. Whenever you are very good at grammar, automatically you can speak English well as you can write English well. That is called spoken English and drafting. Dear students, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and please encourage me. Thank you.